What's going on, YouTube? Back at it with another video. Look, we got some true crime, but it's true crime basically. But it's a Jeepers Creepers. If y'all ever seen that movie Jeepers Creepers with the scary like alien type thing, and he jumped through the cornfields and he was killing all them kids on the bus and eating their heads, and then he'd grow a new head and whatnot. Well, this is the true story about Jeepers Creepers. The true crime story of Marilyn and Dennis Depue. I think that's how you say it, Depue or Depue. But yeah, before we get in this video, need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, turn in post notifications on. And if you got any video suggestions that you want me to watch or just watch on my own time, join the Discord. It's in the description below. And then I have a section for video suggestions. You can put out many videos you want in there or whatever you want. And I'll see if I can watch it, or if I got the time to. But let's say a quick prayer, then we're going to get into this video. Dear Lord, I want to come to you to ask you to protect and to watch over everybody that's fighting depression or any type of serious anxiety or anything that's holding them back physically and mentally. I ask that you allow them to fight through it, and you show them that there's going to be light on the other end and that it's going to be okay. In your name I pray. Amen. Ashe. On grannies. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Oh yeah, and next month when I hit 30K, well, I don't know, either next month or when I hit 30K, within these 2 months, I'm gonna be dropping some merch. Y'all been asking for that merchy. It's gonna be some merch out this thing, and y'all gonna be able to support me in another way that y'all wanna support a nigga. Hey, you hear me? And no, I'm not finna tax y'all and charge you $80 fucking a t-shirt. That's fucking crazy. Like, for some merch is wild. Like, goddamn. Alright, let's get into this video.
Most of us have seen Jeepers Creepers from 2001, but I feel like a lot of you don't realize.
That was 2001 when it came out? Damn, I was only like 4 years old. I could have sworn it was like 2005. Dang.
Realize that the beginning of that movie is based on a real story, a real situation that happened in 1990.
Nigga, that, if y'all ever want to know what Kansas looked like, it looks exactly like this, bro. Like when you in Kansas and you like on them side roads, or you like coming off the highway to go into somebody's town, bro, this is what it looked like coming off that highway. Now, once you get into like city areas like Wichita, Kansas City, Topeka, Andover, shit like that. Once you get into like those bigger cities, Derby, it doesn't look like this. It looks like any other city you go to. Like, it just looks like a city. But right outside, them outskirts of any one of them cities in Kansas, when you get outside, it looks like this. Cornfields, buildings until you get in town, and then you get in town, they got their little like small town looking shit. It look like Halloween Town kinda. But other than that, this is what you see. And that shit is crazy. Cause it's scary.
46-year-old Dennis.
Oh fuck no. God damn. That nigga eat your kids. And she'll nurture your kids, have them like feeding them, getting them nice and fat and juicy, and then he go in there and butcher their ass. Oh, negative, fuck a negative, no. The fuck, Queen shot, straight up, you getting Queen kind. You straight getting Queen kind.
Dennis Depue murdered his wife Marilyn.
She don't even smoke cigarettes, she just start biting them bitches. She pack it, pull it out. Like, god damn, nasty mouth. What?
And stashed her body. But the story is extremely bizarre. Although the director has never come out and said it, it's pretty obvious that this story is basically, that's the beginning of Jeepers Creepers. So I wanted to come over and see for myself, see the abandoned school, and drive down South Prairie Road. This is where it all took place.
That's crazy. That look like Kansas.
Easter
bro.
Sunday, 1990. Ray and Marie Thornton are driving down this road, South Prairie Road, a Chevy van.
Hold on, what year he say? 1990? So this shit ain't that long ago?
South Prairie and Marie Thornton are driving down this road. Ray and Marie Thornton are 1990.
Damn!
Ray and Marie Thornton are driving down this road, South Prairie Road. A Chevy van comes up behind them very quickly and then very aggressively passes them at a high rate of speed. And that's when Marie Thornton says, referencing the license plate, GZ. Jeez, that guy's in a...
Jeezy? Oh, this was in Michigan? Young Jeezy? 3877 Water Wonderland? Jeez.
In a rush. They have a laugh about it and continue on down this road. And just a few miles further, they come across the abandoned schoolhouse.
That's the schoolhouse that was in the movie when he was dumping them bodies. Ain't it crazy like how all the old schoolhouses look like churches and shit? Like that shit don't look like welcome to class. Like nigga, that look like I'm scared as fuck.
And it's there that they see that van again. They see a man and he looks like he's holding a blanket or a sheet that is full of blood, or at least it's red. At the time, they don't know.
That is the spot. That motherfucker probably super haunted as hell. Like, bro, think about all the dead bodies. I used to always think about this driving in Kansas, like driving around and seeing them fields, like how many dead bodies is buried under them cornfields. And you know, the body just basically turned into like fertilizer, really. And then once you come through with them tractors over and over again, nigga, you know, them bones ain't even like, bones brittle as hell. They done got crunched up and everything, turned into bone marrow, little like shavings, not even shavings, like dust basically. Like, bruh, it's so many people out here that's like, they bodies will never be found because they like in a pig's stomach, under a cornfield, you know, at the bottom of the ocean. Like, imagine a motherfucker take one of these big ass boulders like this and tie you to it and throw you in the middle of the ocean. Nigga, ain't nobody finna find you. Ain't nobody finna find nothing about you. And then once you down there long enough, nigga, most of the fish gonna be nibbling on your age. Man, that's crazy, bro. Some people done died and they built whole churches over their bodies, and niggas don't ever know. Like, there's houses right now that you live in right now, and there's dead people under your house, and you don't even know that. You just like, why is it haunted here?
And here it is. The actual school, built in 1908. This is where Ray and Marie Thornton drove by and saw that same vehicle and that man. His car, I believe, was parked right in here. I believe this is where the big tank was. And he was somewhere back here. They see him with a blanket or a sheet. And that's right when Marie says, what is that? That man, he has a blood-soaked sheet or something. And they were like, look, we're not hanging around. Let's get out of here. So they take off.
I wish they still had like the original stuff out there so you can see. I mean, obviously they gotta take it in for like evidence and, you know, hazards and shit, but like to be able to see the shit is like crazy. Like it be times like, I'm a person that love real things. Like I love watching documentaries. I'm the type nigga that sit there and watch a movie and I'm starting to look the shit up to see if it really happened while I'm watching the movie. I'll pause the whole movie and be like, damn, that really happened, bruh. And I see if they got it as correct in the movie. And then I go on a binge for like a whole week, 2 weeks, watching that one person if it's a documentary. Like the Elvis Presley movie came out. I already knew about Elvis and everything, but after the movie came out, I watched the movie. And then I started watching documentaries and everything about his life after that. And that's with any type of TV show or movie that's about somebody. I'm gonna look it up, and I want to know everything about that motherfucker. That's why I don't like Elvis now, cause I already know, like growing up in black area, Elvis is not like celebrated like if he was in a white household because all the stealing he done did. But then when you look him up and you find out, like, oh damn, this nigga really was stealing everybody's music. Like this motherfucker was racist, even though he wasn't racist. He had a lot of black friends and grew up around black people. But once you put 2 and 2 together, hey motherfucker, you didn't help none of them black people. Like, yeah, nigga, you racist, nigga. Divide.
We're like, look, we're not hanging around. Let's get out of here. So they take off.
That nigga was geeked up.
They realize they probably better get the heck out of this area, so they keep on driving. They kind of take off, and a few miles down the road, that same vehicle, that Chevy van, right on their bumper, riding their bumper, and now they are freaking out. What is this guy doing?
How did they catch up?
This goes on for a few miles until the Thorntons pull off and head down a different road. They can see in their rear view mirror that the vehicle has pulled off at the intersection. He's on the side of the road, and they say, you know what, we need to turn around. Very ballsy couple, the Thorntons. We need to turn around, and we need to get a description of this vehicle, get the license plate, like, because
fuck all that. Y'all need to go survive.
He's up to something.
Then you gotta realize, like, people know they them roads better than you. They've been out there killing people and been out here for a long time, maybe all their life. So you could be trying to survive doing. They already know, like, certain shortcuts. You finna end up right here in this area as soon as you come out of there and go left. You gonna end up right here because you can't go right because that shit got shut down a long time ago. You gonna fall off a bridge or some shit. You go right. It ain't nothing but woods. Like, motherfuckers be knowing where they live at and where they at. Like, man, you just gotta get loose and go survive. Fuck going back trying to get descriptions and shit. Like, oh, hell no. No.
We don't know what that whole thing was with the blanket. He was trying to put it into the ground. They turn around. They come back to the intersection. The van is still there, and that man is switching his license plates. The passenger door is open, and Marie Thornton can see that it is covered with blood. And they're like, we're out of here. They take off, head back in the direction of the school. They want to go see what this guy was doing. They head back, they end up at the school again. Believe it or not, they get out. They need to see what this guy was.
1908, bro. 1908. District school, bro. That's like, I be so intrigued with shit like that. Like, I think all the way deep down to like, damn, bro, somebody touched these bricks before, nigga, back then. Like, let's say, like, this was a school and they was like, oh, Martin Luther King went to this school or some shit. I would sit here and be like, bro, Martin Luther King was standing right there, bro. And I probably could just I could go visit this spot and be like, damn, I'm standing right here where Snoop Dogg grew up at. You know, like, it don't matter who it is. But I just be like, damn, bro. Like, what the fuck? This shit crazy. Oh, no, that history just be blowing my mind sometimes. But history that I'm interested in. I don't give a fuck about Christopher Columbus. Like, why the fuck I learn about this nigga? Shit didn't do nothing for me in life. Who the fuck cares that he sold the ocean blue in 1742? Like, gives a fuck.
Was stashing. What was he doing? What was that sheet or that blanket? So they get out of their car and they walk down
and say he found some shit.
And they find a little animal hole, and it's there that they find a blood-soaked blanket.
Where the hole at?
He was trying to put that down a hole unsuccessfully. It's a big misconception that he had anything to do with the inside of the school.
I think about that. This is 1990, where there's really no cameras like that. There's shit. 1990 was damn near no different than 1970. Like, not much was upgraded in that time, in those times, other than like, you know, music and shit like that. But imagine being at that time, like, nigga, police ain't just driving around here. Like, motherfucker could have got away with that shit for years. Damn near they fuck around, die, and then 2010 come around and they decided to, like, let's go out there and check out that old abandoned, bro. Find out everything. Find the worst shit ever in there. Kids was in there that was gone missing back in the 90s and 80s. They was here. Like, bro, that shit be just crazy, bro. Like, nigga, I'm glad we was born when we was born, because we could have been born in the 60s and been fucked. Y'all would have never known about my talent, because I would have been out here trying to fight for rights or some shit.
He didn't stash anything in the school. There was no body found in the school. I think he pulled over to try to stash that bloody blanket, or possibly even to, if he found a good spot, to stash Marilyn. At that point, they take off and they're headed for the police. Now, this happened just after the situation at the Depue house. Now, Dennis and Marilyn Depue had been married for many years. I believe it was 18 years. They had gotten divorced, but he did have specific visitation rights. Again, Easter Sunday, he came to pick up the kids. They did not want to go with him, and he got into an argument with Marilyn, and she fell down. He pushed her, or she fell down the stairs. She hurt herself badly, and he basically dragged her out of the house, telling the kids that we're going to go to the hospital. We're going to the hospital. Well, they never went to the hospital, but one of the kids did run out of the house then, and went to call the police. So the police had two separate calls.
They bolted that motherfucker down. Then they try to make sure don't nobody get in here. And they grabbed whatever the fuck they could find. Like, this is all types of different shit. Like, don't go in here. I don't understand that. You don't want us to go in there. Why don't y'all just tear this motherfucker down? This is history that needs to, like, kind of be forgotten about. Like, this ain't history like some good shit happened here. No, motherfuckers was dying here. Tear that shit down. We don't need that. We don't need it no more. But I mean, I guess it's cool to keep it up, because now, like, in the future, people like, bro, that's the house, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know, something. But I guess.
Probably even at the time, not even realizing it was the same person that they were calling about.
Like, who, I be wondering, like, back in the day, like, who designed these? Because that shit's so perfect. Because it ain't like a stamp. Like, nigga, who carved that shit out? Oh, never mind. It probably, I'm tripping. You know, when the concrete is wet, they probably do got the big, and they sit it down until it hardens and then pull it out. Like, oh yeah, duh. Everly Wallace, Plymouth Mouth.
So what happened was, a day later, they were looking for Dennis. He was gone. He disappeared. And it was a day later, not far from here, basically in between this school and where their house used to be, they found, I believe it was a town worker, a road worker, found Marilyn Depue's body on the side of the road, and she was recovered. She had been shot in the back of the head, most likely in the van, which is why it was so bloody in there. So once all that happened, for some time, family members and friends started receiving letters from Dennis, who was on the run and hiding.
He killed his wife.
Strange letters with biblical inscriptions, basically justifying why he killed Marilyn, saying that she was turning his family against him, that he had lost everything.
Who the fuck is coming over to cut the grass there, though? Like, who's keeping this up to par? Like, this grass look good. Like, as a kid, I'd be out there playing like a motherfucker. Who is coming to keep mowing this, though? Maybe the people that bought these cornfields bought this land, too, that came with it, and they just like, it's historic, bro. Type shit. Blah, 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 blah. Nigga, I buy this land, that shit getting taken down, straight up. I'm blessing the land and everything. We're gonna build something else right here.
Dennis was gone for a year. And it was then that Unsolved Mysteries picked up the case. They actually showcased it. I believe it's season 3, episode 20, I think. I'll put it down below. Maybe I'll put a link to it because it's on YouTube. But they did a story about this.
Damn, go in there.
But they did a story. They featured this story on there. And so it goes that he saw it on TV. He was living a whole different life at that point.
Dang, imagine living a different life. You got your shit together, you moved on, and then your story pop up on TV like, Marilyn Depue was killed, this place, and you just like, you didn't change your name and everything. You got a new family. You looking at your family like, oh, who would do something like that? Could have never been me. I don't know Depue. You a whole Depue, fuck nigga. You a whole Depue. I can tell by that mole on your face. That's the mole. This is Depue, and that's the mole.
Took on the alias Hank Queen and was living with a girlfriend. And down in Texas, I believe, Dallas, Texas.
Why you gotta come out over here? Huh? Damn. Hank Queen. And like as a girlfriend, you ain't never asked about this nigga's parents, like background check them or nothing. Like, why ain't nobody in your family last name Queen? Why you the only one? Why none of your family ever see you? Why you don't talk about nobody? Oh, man.
And he knew he had to get out of there, so he left that night. And it just so happens that that girlfriend's family members were watching. They called the police, and they found him that night trying to leave the area. There was a long pursuit. He was shooting at them. He actually blasted through 2 police roadblocks.
Damn. And
he ended up shooting himself, I believe in Mississippi, in the head, actually in the exact same vehicle, in that van that he...
Dumbass, the way you shot a girl, you killed yourself same way in that van. Killed yourself. You suck ass nigga. Anybody that's out here doing dirt and you going crazy, you murder people, and then you go off and kill yourself, then you a punk ass, you a puss ass nigga. You kill yourself. Nigga, you lost. Like, who the... That nigga's your P-U-S-S-Y, P-U-S-S-Y.
Shot in Maryland. And this is Dennis's final resting place here with his family. This isn't too far from where that schoolhouse is.
Damn.
Just over the border in Indiana.
Depue. 1943. 19, baby. That motherfucker be in his 80s nowadays. 80s, 90s, whatever the fuck. Somewhere near that area. Damn. Definitely his 80s though, or like going into his 80s.
I believe, yeah, so this is his mother and father. And I don't know who these people are. Possibly sisters.
When I be seeing pictures or like videos or grave sites of like white people, and I be seeing like it'd be like 18 this or 1970s and under. If it's shit like that, I'll be like, man, I wonder if they was racist. Because if that motherfucker be like was born in 1920, and so that mean like, okay, so you was in your 20s in like 1940 something. Like, nigga, I wonder if you called somebody a nigger, you meant it. Like, I be wondering that. Excuse me, YouTube, for saying the N-word too. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be in that way. Don't block me. But like, I do that all the time. Like when I be meeting white people, or like I meet their grandparents and stuff, I be like, I wonder if she was racist as hell. Cause I feel like they is. Like I feel like it's different levels of racism. All races is racist in a way. But I just be feeling like they all racist, and that's really cause, you meet a white woman right now or a white man right now, like an older one, they look exactly like how them older women like in the old movies look. Even though this is 2025 and they old in 2025, they not fucking old in 1920, but they look just like them, move like them, talk like them, and it'd be like, dang, I wonder if you ever just looked at a black person and was disgusted and verbally was like, oh shit, I just want to know. I want to know who done did some racist shit and really harmed somebody and still living around us. I just want to know. I don't want to do nothing to you. I just want to know.
His father actually lived until 2005.
2005?
His mother until 1997, and of course 1991 for Dennis.
Damn, his mom died when I was born. But 2005, wow. So that was 1916. Fuck. 1916 to 2005. Oh my gosh, she was almost 100. Wow.
When he took his own life.
He killed himself. He could have been 100. He killed himself. He couldn't take her. What was coming behind that name? By then, nigga, it was already a movie made. Movie came out in 2001. They knew it was after him. He probably watched that. Was like, I can't take this shit. Fuck that. 2 years later, he just said, hell no. Because they came out with a number 2. That fucked him up when they came out with a number 2. And he's like, fuck that. I can't handle this. My son, and he was born in 1919, 1912, 1908. That motherfucker was racist. He didn't like black people. I just don't even think it was possible back then for y'all to like us. At least if y'all did, y'all didn't act like it. I wasn't trying to help.
Clearly, the flowers and the plants are on this family here, so they probably still have family in the area. I mean, everybody has family.
Golly.
Serial killers, bank robbers, murderers, everybody has family.
Yeah, true.
Marilyn, I think she was tired of being controlled. There was a lot going on beneath the seams there. There was a lot of arguing, and they just were not getting along anymore, and she wanted the divorce, and reportedly he did not want the divorce. And so these things happen sometimes. Yeah.
I don't see a marker at all.
Yeah, how big y'all think she is? Woo! Guaranteed over 280. But you can tell by her tongue is on her shoes how them bitches is squeezing. Like it look like her feet like. Whenever she take her shoes off, you know she big one. Look at that. Just go straight up. A little chunky right there. Her shit look like my granny's. But she talk, it don't sound like a granny. Like you gotta earn legs like this. That's good cooking. You didn't have to walk to laundry mats. You didn't have to take care of this. You had to fight depression and everything. You gotta earn your legs to be this big. Yeah, it's a certain seasoning you use in your food when your leg get this big. But if you young and this big, you just big, bro. The hell you so big for at a young age? God damn.
And I mean, it wouldn't be sunk just from the 90s that deep, you know?
Yeah, that's what I figured. Since 1990, it's not that long ago where it'd be, you know.
Yeah, completely overgrown.
Yeah.
They're trying to find the hole.
So I'm
How often are they unmarked, Grave?
People with legs like this be the best people in the world, bro. If you ever met somebody with some big ass legs, like they just big legs and they shoes, they don't buy the nicest shoes in the world because they gonna fuck them up. They just buy what's comfortable. Them type people, they be the coolest motherfuckers in the world. They be hella cool. Like your big ass is probably my best friend. And not cause you big, it's cause your personality great. You see motherfuckers like me with skinny ass legs and skinny ass arms, them motherfuckers don't be cool. Them niggas be weird. They be assholes.
it happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, at least I know I'm not crazy then. So anyway, I wanted to come out to the Oakland Hills Cemetery here, pay my respects to Marilyn.
I know this probably ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm kind of weird that I even brought this up, but seeing this tree line just reminded me of my grandpa's house. And my grandpa used to have a wife, right? Not his wife now, but like his wife when we was growing up. She had a brother, she had a son, and this nigga hung himself, and they went out the back door. And if you look off in the distance, it's trees just like this. It's like this much a field go by, and imagine like like this tree right here, and imagine like swimming pool right here, and the house is right here, boom, boom, boom. But it looks like from this view. When you walk out the back of your house, you can see just this whole tree line. This nigga hung himself on the edge, like right here. Like, motherfucker, his kids that be over here, nigga, we getting raised and growing up out here, nigga, why the fuck you didn't go in the woods to hang yourself? Now, I'm not trying to be mean to him, you know, RIP to him and everything, boom, bam. Like, nigga seen that shit, but what the fuck, nigga? This nigga neck was long, because, you know, he was hanging up there. He probably was up there all night, so that nigga neck, you know, when people hang themselves, they neck stretch. The nigga neck was long than the motherfucker. They got him down from that tree. For real, bro. That shit just reminded me of it, though. But yeah, back to the video.
So anyway, I wanted to come out to the Oakland Hills Cemetery here, pay my respects to Marilyn. But I searched and searched and searched, visited the office a number of times, and eventually someone came out to try to track her grave down. We couldn't find it. And she's more or less certain that it's an unmarked grave. The chances are her family just could not afford, or maybe did not want, any kind of a plot or anything for her, any kind of a tombstone or headstone or anything. But she is pretty much right in this spot here. And that is the story of
right in this spot here. Nigga just pointed at the grass and was like, she's right here. Like, nigga, how you know? Doesn't look like anybody's right there to me. Like, imagine that though. Like, when you don't got a gravesite or like a headstone, a gravestone, whatever it's called, motherfucker really don't know where they buried you. Like, I thought it was right here, but it could be also right there. But at the same time, I think it's right there. I mean, you don't even know now. It's just bodies everywhere. I can't find grandma because you wasn't thinking. You should have put a metal stick in the ground or something. Said she's right here. Fuck. Now we just talking to dirt and grass. You think you standing by your granny talking. You talking to nothing but a hill. Ain't shit under there.
And that is the story of Dennis Depue, the murder of Marilyn Depue, and the inspiration, at least at the beginning, of Jeepers Creepers. Crazy story.
Yeah, that is crazy.
At the expense of Marilyn, of course. And wherever she is, I hope she's resting in peace. All right.
For real, hopefully. Pray she is. R.I.P. to Marilyn. For real. Dennis. Boy. I really don't know much to say about you, but Marilyn, she ain't do nothing wrong but get killed. But this is the first like cemetery that's this big, and it's not a lot of like, well, nah, because I was gonna say it's not a lot of bodies, but at the same time, a lot of these are like headstones are in the ground, or like he said, they don't even have a marking; they're just there. Imagine going out there at night with an infrared light camera. You seen all them people walking around with a Tesla, and they let you, detect. You see all them people that's gonna be out there. Double guli guli bully kama donna gala bully guli donda. That's crazy.
I'm getting back on the road. See you in the next video.
Getting back on the road, see you next video. Getting back on the road, see you next. Getting back on the road, see you next video. Getting back on the road, see you next. Damn, cemeteries, bro. It's crazy because one day we all gonna be in there. Like, whatever you thinking about right now really don't matter, because you're gonna end up right here regardless. Like, we be really out here stressing. You stressing about a relationship, or I don't know about this, or you stressing about getting a job, or you stressing about this, or you damn near really like I'm talking about real life anxiety, real depression, stressing. And at the end of the day, for what? When you gonna die? For real, you gonna end up out here regardless. Don't stress about that whole ass job. Get another one. Cool. Don't stress that you went to college and you went for 4 years, 5 years, and you can't find nursing job. Don't stress. Oh God, God gonna make whatever you need happen for you. Maybe it was something about that nursing job that you did not know about that was gonna ruin your life, and you didn't even know. You could have been the best nurse assistant ever, and you just can't find a job, but you don't know that the nurse that you assisting for, this nigga raped people, and you was finna be the next victim, and you didn't even know, and he get away with it because he's a fucking doctor or a nurse. This nigga know how to get rid of your bones and shit, and take a little cartilage out, and you just never know your situation or what's gonna happen. So don't think just because bad is happening in your life, don't think it's bad for a reason. It could be for a good reason why that bad thing happened. That bad thing that you considered bad, it wasn't even that serious. There's a reason behind everything, and I feel like the reason behind everything is for God to keep you safe from something that you didn't even know that you was getting yourself into. That's what you got to look at it like. But yeah, it's gonna be the end of this video. Need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. I love every last one of y'all, and I'm out this thing. Peace.